Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. Today we want to continue talking a little bit about folks that are interested in starting to farm, homestead, and raise their own food. So about a week or so ago, I done a video on the cost to get started with pastured pigs or pastured pork, and I'll post a link to that video up above right now and also in the description down below. But today we want to talk about the next piece. So we know what we're going to have to get started with those pigs, but what about the pigs? So let's talk a little bit about picking out your pigs and making good choices there. Hang around and we're going to talk about everything that you need to know whenever you're getting ready to select your first set of pigs. Stick with us. So when you're getting ready to pick out your first set of pigs to bring onto your homestead or onto your farm, there's a couple things that you want to keep in mind. First off, I would recommend that you start out with healthy, weaned pigs. Don't try to start out with adult pigs that are almost fully grown, that are going to need just a few more weeks or a month or two until they're ready to go to processing. So you want to start out with a healthy weaned pig. What I mean by a weaned piglet is a piglet that is now off of its mother's milk and is foraging for its own food. It's eating corn, it's eating scraps, it's eating whatever the farmer that you're buying it from has been feeding it. So make sure that you're buying weaned piglets. Now, a lot of folks will buy pigs in the early spring, raise them out through the fall, and then process them late in the fall, early winter. A lot of people do this to avoid having to manage the pigs through the winter months whenever it's really cold and bad weather. If you're in the deep south, you may elect to buy piglets in the late fall, process them in late spring or early summer so that you don't have to worry with all of the summer heat and the real high temperatures that you can get in the southern part of the United States. So where do you want to buy from? Well, the first thing that I would caution you against is do not, I repeat, do not go to an auction and try to buy piglets. The problem with auction is a lot of farmers or a lot of folks that are not very honest in their dealings may take piglets to an auction that are not healthy. They may be sick. You don't know about their previous health. They might have been fine taking them to the auction, but once they got to the auction, they were exposed to other sick pigs and have picked up something there. So I would caution against buying at auction. What you want to do instead is you want to try to buy from an individual, and there are lots of options there. Bulletin boards at feed stores, veterinarians' offices, slaughterhouses, Facebook groups, Craigslist, breeder websites, a lot of different options there on where you can find piglets at. Ask other farmers in your area that are growing pigs where they're buying their piglets from, or do they have any piglets for sale? Lots of times farmers in your area will know who the reputable breeders are, will know where the reputable farms are, and they can point you in the right direction and help you make a good choice on where to buy your piglets at locally. So you've located a farm where you think they might have some piglets for sale that you'd be interested in. Another recommendation that I would make is take someone with you that has experience with buying pigs or has experience growing pigs. If this is your first time and you've not been around pigs, you're probably not going to know what a healthy pig looks like. You're probably not going to know exactly what you're looking at. You may have difficulty telling males from females. And folks that have had experience with pigs may be able to pick up on some subtleties of things that are going on that you just might not be aware of. So if you can, take an individual with you that has experience dealing with raising and buying pigs. So go visit the farm. Make an appointment, go out to look at the piglets that the farmer has for sale, and go out there and take a look around. Look around the farm. Look at the area where the piglets are being kept at. Is it clean as far as pigs go? Is there not a lot of junk or metal or things around that they might hurt themselves on? But is it clean? Is it are they in a safe environment? Do they have fencing up that seems appropriate for the pigs? What about their feed and water? Is their feed and water accessible to them? Is their feed and water kept clean? Is it in an area where they can easily get to it? Is there enough for the amount of pigs that are actually on the farm or in the area that you're looking at? So look at all the conditions that the pigs are living in. Are the facilities safe? Or is it predator proof, or does it look like that the pigs might have been irritated, aggravated, or otherwise bothered by some type of predator or something like that. Take a good look at the pigs that you're considering buying. Make sure that they aren't limping around, that they don't have a cough, that there are no runny eyes, runny nose, or anything that would indicate that the piglets are sick in any way. You want to make sure that the piglets are healthy. They should be really curious about you. They may not come up to you to the point that you can touch them or pet them, but once you get into the pen or once you get into the area where they are, they should be pretty curious about who you are, what's going on, and they're just going to want to come over and check you out. So the pig should be naturally curious, bright-eyed, clear eyes, clear nose, no cough, and not limping around. While you're there, look at the entire herd and not just the specific pigs that you're considering buying. Does everybody look healthy? Also, is the farmer or the person that's selling you the pigs showing you everything? Do you see all of the herds, or has he just pulled the ones out for sale and he's just letting you have access to them? It's a stampede. I don't know what this is all about. But is the farmer giving you access to all the pigs that he has? You want to look at the entire herd and make sure that everybody looks healthy, not just the ones that you're buying. The older ones can give you a good indication of health, confirmation, how they're converting feed, and just an overall picture of how the pigs are cared for and how they look and what kind of health that they're in. Trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't look right, if you've just got an odd feeling about the whole situation, then trust your gut. Something may not be right, you may not be able to put your finger on it, but don't have buyer's remorse and get home with piglets that later on you wish you hadn't bought, only to say, you know, I just knew there wasn't something right about that pig, I probably shouldn't have bought it. Trust your gut. Choose your pigs. Once you're there and you see what all the person for sale has to offer, you want to pick out the pigs that you're gonna buy. You're looking for size. You want to make sure that the piglets that you're buying are robust and healthy. They look good. You probably want to stay away from the runts. There may be an issue with the smaller pigs, or the ones that are the smallest of the group. Maybe a health problem, maybe a worm problem, parasites. Not sure what it could be. But you want to stay away from the runts. Choose pigs that are good and healthy and robust. Pick your pigs that are somewhere between about 10 to 12 weeks old. They should weigh anywhere between 40 and 45 pounds. So these pigs here, the red one with the stripe, and the white one with the black spots, and the red one next to him, all of these pigs are about 14, 15 weeks old. So they're a little bit bigger than what you would be picking up, but this should give you an idea of the size of the piglets that you'd be looking for. On sex, male versus female. If you're going to pick males, ask the farmer if they've already castrated the males. If they've not, and you're not going to be keeping the males for breeding purposes, you might want to go ahead and have that farmer help you with the castration process before you ever load that pig on the truck or the trailer. Our practice here is, if we're buying male piglets and they've not been cut, we cut them before we ever put them on the truck. We've learned through experience that the longer you wait and the bigger the pigs get, the more difficult that process is. Lots of different schools of thought on castration of pigs, boar taint, and that kind of thing. Our idea here is we just don't risk it. Some people say that they can taste boar taint, other folks say that they can't. For us, it would be a shame to waste a 350 to 400 pound pig that hadn't been castrated, to waste all of that meat because of boar taint that somebody might or might not taste. It's quicker, it's easier, it's simpler, in our opinion, to just go ahead and castrate those pigs as quickly as you can before you ever bring them onto your farm. Then it's over, it's done, you don't have to worry about it. Males that have been castrated typically will grow out a little bit bigger than females once they're at full size. Our experience has been typically that's only about 15 to 20 pounds. It's really not that much different. So we like castrated males. We also like the females. Again, personal preference, whatever works for your farm and works in your program. So once you've picked out your pigs, you've got them selected, and you and the farmer that's selling those pigs have agreed upon a price. you're going to need to get those pigs home. This is another point where you need to kind of begin with the end in mind and know how you're going to get those piglets home. I've seen people post and heard stories of people that have put their brand new piglets in the back of their SUV, the back seat of their car, and all kinds of situations that once they got home with the piglets, they really regretted making that decision because the cleaning bill for their vehicle ended up being pretty significant. A trailer works great, even though you don't need a trailer for small piglets. I'll post a video up above where we picked up a new set of piglets. We put some sideboards on our truck, put a little hay in the bed of the truck, and then we put the piglets in there and just haul them home, and they do fine. Another option is you can get some of the larger dog crates. Those work great, but don't allow free roaming piglets in the back of your SUV or the back of your car while you're driving. Those piglets need to be in a secure area, back of the truck, a trailer, or something like that, so that they can't distract you while you're driving and cause an accident. Again, we haul them in the back of a pickup truck. That works out great with a little bit of hay. You can use a trailer. That's probably a little overkill, but if you don't have a truck, a trailer works great. So begin with the end in mind. Whenever you get ready to go buy those piglets, know how you're going to end up getting them home. Wow. And so one other thing that we've not talked about is breeds. We may do a video on different breeds of pigs and making a breed selection. We choose to raise a mixture. Most of our pigs are Duroc, Yorkshire, Tamworth mixes. We have purchased some Berkshire that we're going to breed later on with the plans of breeding them with a Duroc because we really like the conformation of those pigs and the way that they grow out, fat content and all that kind of thing. So we'll do another video on breeds of pigs later on. So I've got a couple of playlists I'm going to post over here right now. Take a look at those. Hope you find something in there that's valuable to you and that will help you on your journey to raising pasture pigs and raising your own food. Leave us a comment down below if there's something that you'd like to know about pigs. We'll be glad to try to cover that in a future video. But I think that's going to do it for today. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below about what you think we're doing. And we'll see you on the next video.